I mean, it shouldn't surprise us that as we are increasingly blessed, we need more leadership. The problem is I think in the Gentile world, so to speak, in the outside the church world, we're trained to think in the opposite. Right? The more blessing we have, the more bureaucracy seems to multiply. And the more that we seem to be blessed, taxes seem to follow. And it creates a sense of pessimism anytime that we increase leadership. Right? Anytime we see kind of multiplication of government, certainly in this great state of ours, there tends to be a general pessimism for when it's happening. Like, I don't need more leaders, I don't need more rulers, I don't need more governors, I don't need. But the interesting thing is, biblically, the pattern is actually the more the Lord blesses you, it should not be a surprise that we need more leadership. I'd love to testify that's the case in this church. Praise God. Right? What a blessing. As Chad prayed in the prayer today, to look at how the Lord has continually blessed this church time and time and time and time again. He's blessed us, He's blessed us, He's blessed us, even blessed us through suffering. He's blessed us. I would say particularly throughout COVID, He's blessed us. The church has grown numerically, and we've blown up. But I would say even that growth is secondary to the spiritual growth that we've watched. I mean, think about how much we've all grown spiritually just through my time in the hospital. How many times I've heard people say to me, I've never prayed like that before in my life. My family, I thank you for that. But to see a sanctification taking place in the church, it's no surprise that the session is going, help! We need help! Right? Our deacons are going, we need help! Praise God, what a blessing. The church is growing and we need help. We have too much work to do. The session uses a model of shepherding that was written by a guy named Tim Whitmer, who is a PCA pastor. He did a doctor of ministry at Westminster Seminary in Philadelphia. But his model that we use recommends that your average ruling elder shepherds between 6 and 8 families. Now, our current elders are running between 13 and 15 families because we've outgrown our leadership faster than we can replace them. What a great, great problem to have. I want us to kind of, as a church, make sure this is fixed in our minds when we talk about the officer nomination process going forward is, our emphasis as a church has, since I've been here, has always been on quality over quantity. We don't need more officers for more officers' sake, right? We don't need warm bodies. I'm not interested in placeholders. I don't need men to come in and serve that are going to do nothing but just sit there and enjoy the title, right? We need men that work. But what a blessing that we can say, look how God has so richly blessed this church that even as hard as our men work, and man, they do, that we can't keep up with His blessing. I think it's important that this year, as we have these kind of officer nomination training process and conversations, that it be fixed in the back of our mind that this is proof of God's rich blessing in this church. You want to know how God is working? I'll show you. We need more officers. How generous and kind He's been to us. Third, we get to see here, moving on really quickly,